Welcome everyone. It's Hannibal at the games, and we are playing Total War Rome 2 Siege Battle. Now, there's something interesting. I know my name is Hannibal and I'm at the games, but this time I'm going to side with the Roman war machine and we are going to charge Carthage. So, as you can see, this is a 2v2 siege battle, and the two factions here are Rome and Averni. Now it's kind of a scenario in our head where Rome has reached the walls of Carthage and they want revenge and blood. So let's begin with this battle. It starts right away. So siege towers are moving in. You can see Carthage has a lot of wall artillery, and Carthage also brings a mobile artillery, that is a scorpion. So you can see Carthage has brought a lot of artillery. We kind of kept it as real as possible that if Rome were to attack Carthage, they would have all the defenses mounted up, right? Obviously, which is why let's just move a bit forward in this game. Let's make them reach the wall, and then the real battle begins. Till then, I'll just give everyone a TLDR. Like I said, trying to keep it real. Lots and lots of Carthaginian artillery trying to attack Rome. We have lots of siege engines. Kind of play it as a scenario in your head where Rome has reached the walls of Carthage and they alone cannot take them down, since they do not have the entire strength. So they reach to the barbarians, that is the Averni, for their help, which they are getting. And Carthaginians also have some help they're going to get, since it's a 2v2. Another faction that's going to play right beside Carthage is going to be Gallic Rome. It's like some part of Gallic Romans who were in Italy, but they were not satisfied with Rome. They switched sides to Carthage, and now they are also facing the might of the Roman war machine. Now you can see Gallic Rome here. He's trying some sally out with longsword cohort. Look at them, half Romanized, half barbarians, complete badasses. I mean, best of both worlds in it. And here we can see Gallic legionaries. I don't know if they're trying for a sally out or something, I don't know. The artillery was shooting my cavalry, you can see, down to 66 and 73 men. I had to stop that artillery from shooting my cavalry. I'd rather it shoot my cavalry than my infantry. So Rome is wasting a lot of arrows over here, which I advised him not to, because I am assuming, since it's a Carthaginian faction, it's somewhat of a Greek Hellenic faction. Not Greek per se, but Hellenic faction. They will be bringing pikemen, and if there's pikemen, we'll need archers to face them. Okay, let's continue with the battle. The first men are on the walls. Those are my brave men. Actually, no, those are Roman brave men. The triarii facing the arrow tower. Look at that. They're trying to capture the walls over here. More and more legionaries are entering the fray. Eagle cohort, really strong, really powerful. Praetorian Guard, elitist unit in this entire game. Now I will reach here and have my revenge against the ballista force. Did you see that guy block all those javelins with his force? He just crossed his arms and then they didn't hit him. Okay, you can see here elements of the Gallic Rome. They got archers, they got some cavalry, that's the general, by the way, and see another siege engine. Can you see here? Another scorpion. They've brought a lot of siege engines. So here we can see they're trying to muster a strike force. They're trying to assess if they can attack us, but Rome does the smart thing. He pulls his men down, and that will deter majority of the strike force from attacking. I don't think he paid attention to this veteran Gallic legionary cohort. They are winded already. They've been running. I think that's a micro mistake from him. Look at them. They're already tired. Yeah, it's a good thing they called him back. You can see here there's a mass of archers and slingers just shooting at my Celtic legionaries. Not legionaries, they're Celtic warriors. Yeah. Look at those shields, I love them. The depth. A lot of Balearic slingers attacking my men. What I decide is make them climb here so that the slingers find it difficult to shoot my men, and I will unlock their javelin ability so that my men shoot them down. And side by side we can also start capturing this gate, which will be really very important. I don't know why they've kept a strategy of bend but don't break. I mean, I get it, there's lots of points here to defend, which is why I understand if they try to put a bend but don't break strategy, but then the most important thing to do in this kind of strategy is when to stop bending. Now here they've put lots and lots of obstacles over here which may hinder us. Okay. Like here, we do not have an infantry presence. If they had, they would have climbed up, they would have slaughtered this unit, which is very isolated. But now I am going to put my men down, and I'm going to command my men to come down and kill these archers in melee combat, which obviously they cannot do anything about it. Over here we can see Rome is pouring more men, Triarii, Praetorian Guard, Eagle cohorts, more Triarii, more Triarii. I don't know why you have so many Triarii. Eagle cohorts are coming in, legionary cohorts are coming in. Look at them. Look at this mighty Roman war machine. Just look at them, their shields glistening. How can you fight against such reckless hate? We see the first signs of battle. The Triarii have engaged with the longsword cohort, which the longsword cohort is going to win this battle, but now they're going to get support from another unit of Triarii and some Praetorian Guard. So yeah, now this, it's not a bad tactic to use a couple of spear units and sword units mixed, because the spear units hold their good at defense while the sword units do the work of hacking down the enemy. Okay, here we're gonna see the first juicy battles. Bring them on. It's a good thing we have the arrow tower support. It's just a big blob duking it out. Who kills the other faster? Oh, look at that officer. Oh, the golden chainmail. Oh, I love it. Where is he? Where is he? Right here. Look at that. Oof. Lovely. Coming down to the other side, let's see. Oh yeah, like I said, I got my infantry, took care of the archers pretty quick, and have captured these gates. Now he had one infantry unit going out, which is why I tried chasing him down, but the smart thing, he, at the very last moment, he pulls them around. See, I can face them, which is why I had to make my cavalry retreat. I've already faced losses 66 and 73. We're getting shot down. Over here we can see he has a general waiting and watching for one moment to strike in, and they're sending some longsword cohort over here. Actually, they're not going to send them here. They've kept this place vacant. I mean, because they've seen that I do not have a lot of infantry presence here, which is why they've kept it vacant. And I will start moving in my remainder, which is the bigger chunk of my army. Pretty soon I'll pour them through this gate. Over here we are seeing the battle. Longsword cohort. Ow, 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 the jabby throws. Oh, the Praetorians are not looking the correct direction. Oh, surprisingly, they did not get any kill on that. Praetorians, come on, get them. So let's move to the main battle that is going on. We have Sosai Extraordinary, if I'm pronouncing that correct. Extraordinary Sosai. I just love these armor, man. Look at them. So good. Good old Sunday morning. Fresh smell of blood. Waking up, killing a few barbarians. Actually, these are not barbarians, but yeah, waking up, killing a few enemy soldiers, smelling that fresh blood, getting some loot, some pillage, sacking a city. Those were the days. So here the battle is raging on. Archer fire is coming in. Over here we can see how did we end up in this situation. I think a Roman unit was able to slip among the lines and then they found out and they tried to correct that. Over here also we have seen a pocket of fighting. The Praetorians are in a good slightly flanking position, which is nice. Here my units have begun to enter the fight. I should have sent them out sooner over here. I don't know why I did not. I will soon enough I will send them. I was busy microing. Oh yeah, I saw that in all the microing this general was out in the open. Gallic Rome was busy microing with the Roman faction, which is why he left his general open. And I took an advantage, sent in my heavy horse and my noble horse and started to kill him. Over here now he's doing the smart thing. He's getting his scorpion right over here because my infantry has started to pour in. So he smells blood. He has sent in Gallic legionaries to attack me. My Celtic warriors are fighting him off while my spear nobles are going to hold the line. Like I said, it's a good tactic using one spear and one sword unit, especially when we have arrow tower support. That's just good. Yeah, I have sent in my men. They're going to charge them. Beautiful flank. And instantly breaking both the units. Instantly breaking both the units. Look at that. My boys are racking up kills. Look at that instant break. It's bad enough you're already facing Romans. It gets worse if you face a Verni as well. Okay, I'm using my general abilities to make these troops get a boost. My noble horse is doing well. My heavy horse is not doing well. They're exhausted. They're already exhausted. However, I just need to throw some bodies. I need to get this unit out. We're killing the enemy general. My men are holding here with the arrow tower support and my Celtic warriors being the absolute chads that they are. They're racking up kills again. And now my men have started to pour in. That's great. My Celtic warriors are clear up here. The main fight is still raging on. This defense is going to be very difficult. They've put in so many obstacles. Look over here, the battle lines. Just killing and killing going on. Missiles flowing in left and right. I had to tell Rome that stop using your archers that liberally, but Total War Rome 2 for some reason has disabled the chat option, which is why we cannot communicate in game. I mean, if you're playing with random people, you definitely cannot communicate in game. I don't know why is that. It used to be good. we could at least chat and text. Now I don't know why. I love these animations. The helmet gets blown off. Oh, no, I think that is their helmet. Yeah, if you're playing with strangers nowadays on Rome 2, you cannot chat with them, so you just have to hope for the best, that they match your vibe. Just look at that. Pure old killing. While that's going on here, we are capturing this spot. I have sent in my Celtic warriors to get this Scorpion. So actually what happened here was Scorpion had come out because majority of my army was right here, so they were shooting at my general. See, Oath's one taking fire. He was shooting at my general and my army which was here, which is why his Scorpion was out. And I quickly saw the opportunity. I sent in my Celtic warriors, very depleted unit of Celtic warriors, to just capture the gate. So either they get stuck out or they have to come in and get slaughtered by my men. Hats off to these Celtic warriors. They did not die. They're down to 20 men and they refused to die. They have to rack up some more kills. The Scorpion crew is going down. Small pockets of fighting, I like it. I've taken them down to 19 men, still holding, 207 kills, lovely. Now we've taken this, I will send an infantry to gain control, get some morale boost. My cavalry scouts ahead, checking what lies beyond. Over here I have chosen swordsmen, 46 kills already. Ready to take them down. I also have some flanking Celtic warriors who will, yeah, that jabby throw was nice. Instant kills. I'm also sending a flank of Oath's War. Now my chosen swordmen crash against the Libyan hoplites. And this comes as a flanking Celtic warrior clash. Yeah, they are not going to stop us for a long time. They're not. Look at the missiles. Look at the missile fire. Insane. Yeah, these guys are going to do very decisively. They're going to be short work done. So while that is going on, over here, this is still a grind fest. Romans versus Gallic Romans. Absolute two masters of grind fest are at it. Look at that. Let's get a nice, good view of the killings. Now again, Roman did the good job of putting some Triarii, Eagle Cohort and Praetorian. It's a mix of all, which helps because the Triarii will, any Triarii soldier facing this longsword cohort will be on the defense. So like the spearmen hold while the attack, like the swordsmen attack. That's a good combination. He's pulled out his Praetorians. Actually, I think those Praetorians have lost. No, wait, what is happening? Are those Praetorians defeated? 180. They're shattered. They're shattered. I have my naked swords and chosen swordsmen ready just in case. Not gonna use them in action right now. have them just in case. I just pulled back my chosen swordsmen. They were tired, so pull them back. Meanwhile, I am sending my infantry over here so that they can get charge of this place as well. We are trying to scout all the locations possible. There's another big grind fest over here. Look at that. It's really tough to stop the Roman war machine. It's really tough. Look at the grind fest going on over here. Individual pockets of fighting. Oh, I mean, Libyan infantry is pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, those are the Romans. My horses, meanwhile, have reached till this end. So what I decide is, because these 5 units, I mean 4 essentially, this unit is down to 19 men like I showed. But yeah, they deserve some rest, so they will rest. The others, meanwhile, the spear unit and the Celtic warriors will just move on and try opening another avenue of attack. What this does is this makes him pull out noble fighters from this fight, pull out a cab unit from this fight. Oh, see, he's got war elephants ready. Yeah, it makes them pull out these soldiers from this main fight, and along with that he has to micro in on this side as well. See, he had to adjust his pikemen again. I tried feinting an attack. That's something good. I'm going to use spear nobles to use their javi throw and open another avenue of attack. I could have also sent my infantry down here. I did that later on, much later on. I was busy microing, and that's what the game is about. There's too much micro everywhere, especially if you're attacking on so many avenues. And what I had to do my micro on was that he has sent in African war elephants. I have to make sure I use my Gaelic hunters before these elephants do some significant damage. What I did not see was they had another surprise elephant unit ready, which is very unfortunate for us. So they are going to give it their all holding right here, because once we break through this point, it's going to be very tough defending this avenue, this. There's just too many ways of attacking. Along with that, we have control of these heights, so we can pepper them down. So this is the victory point. However, it's really tough holding on to that, so which is why I think they're going to give their all over this side. The fact that I sent in a few units over here, which is going to make them rethink their strategy. It's making him micro here as well. I've sent in my Gaelic hunters, so we can see what happens. Over here, see, we throw fire arrows on the elephants, which makes them go berserk. That's something that's going to be in our favor, I hope. See, the fire arrows are coming in from my Gaelic hunters. Gaelic hunters are not a good archer unit, to be very honest. They're not a good archer unit, so if you get Gaelic hunters, just use them to kill elephants or pikemen. Beyond that, I don't think they're that good of a unit. These elephants finally go berserk, they're out of control. They will kill enemy and friend and foe alike. They're going to kill them. Anybody who comes in front of them, they're going to be trampled again, friends or foe. So for now, we've taken care of these elephants. Is it the same unit? We'll see. We'll see. Elephants already with 200 kills. These elephants need to be stopped. Oh, it's the same unit. It's the same unit. They stopped going berserk, which is really unfortunate because I was microing in somewhere else. I thought they went berserk. I was not ready for them to come back into action that soon. Okay, I was sending my men over here to attack them, and here we were having a little micro battle. You see the pikemen are coming in. My spear nobles are coming in. He's trying to attack my Celtic warriors, which is why I've kept my spear soldiers close by if required. My archers are running in. We have to start shooting at these pikemen, otherwise things will get tough. See, he's trying to find an opportunity to attack, and I send in my spear nobles, which makes him run away. He has mercenary noble fighters ready. So I'm microing in over here and trying to keep him busy over here, which is why I don't know, I did not send my units quickly enough, but I do send them in a minute or two. Over here it's unfortunate, these elephants have taken down my men. They're taking fire now, and that's something good. They're taking fire. I mean, he's busy microing me there, so even he's not utilizing his elephants to the full potential, otherwise this flank would have been threatened. So that's the thing about Total War Rome. It's all about how you micro with your units. The fight is still going on. See, he's microing there, so he does not care about the elephants here. Now he looks at them and is getting them. But by now I have a couple of my archers ready. So these elephants are not going to last for a long time. They do get my naked warriors, which unfortunately I have to keep them in the battle. I cannot extract them, and they're going to break instantly. They have no armor whatsoever. And I also will have to sacrifice one unit of Oathsworn. But yeah, that's going to be it. Elephants, if used to their full potential, could have racked up anything between 500 kills, looking at where they were, and considering Rome had already spent his archer ammo right here on the beginning by attacking these siege towers, these wall artillery. Rome has already wasted so much ammo that he did not have any answer to these elephants. Considering that, he could have racked up easy 500 to 600 kills, but I'm trying with my Oathsworn. They're a tough unit, they're holding. That's a great thing. Missiles are finally taking their toll on the elephant. My archers are blasting them with fire left and right, while the other archer unit over here is using fire ammo. We're getting them out of control, which really helps. So that's how you kill elephants. One unit uses fire ammo, gets them to go berserk, and the other unit, they still end up getting 400 kills. Still unfortunate, but yeah, could have been much worse, much worse. And some of them kills are friendly fire, so yeah, that's something. Over here we have another standoff with the pikemen, African pikemen, behind them mercenary noble warriors. I've got some units here. I'm sending in more units. My archers will start firing soon. I sent my flank over here, which is why we destroyed them. Look at the carnage. Look at the carnage over here. It's unfortunate only if you're losing. If you're winning, that's an achievement. The Roman war machine fighting Italian swordsmen, mercenary Italian swordsmen. How dare you? How dare you side with the foreigner? You chose Hannibal. How dare you? Goddamn mercenaries. Rome is extracting their revenge on the mercenaries. They're not gonna last a long time. Losing decisively, like I said, losing decisively. Let's make it a cinematic view. Hey, not of these. Not of these guys. Cinematic view of these guys. Eagle cohort. Ah, perfect. Look at the fighting. Oof. Chipping away their numbers, killing them. Look at that. Ah. Getting hit with those javies in close range. Disasters must be deadly. Right? Absolutely you stand no chance. And now you see he's gotten another unit of pikemen, for which Rome has no answer, because Rome has already used so many. I mean, he's already exhausted and tired of his ammo. On the walls and initial stage of battle, which is why Rome has no answer for these pikes. Luckily, I do have a couple of archers remaining. We're having a fight over here against the noble fighters. My Celtic warriors won't hold them for a long time. I saw an opportunity. The Carthaginian general was microing in with his attack, but when I saw he's trying to micro with the pikemen, I went in for the opportunity. I sent in my cavalry, noble horse, heavy horse, and spear nobles to kill his companion cavalry and the general's bodyguard. So now it's kind of a 3v2 battle. He sent in his pikemen to help his general, and that gives me an opportunity to shoot his pikemen behind the back. He's trying to save his general because he cannot pull his general out. His general's already down to 17 men, maybe in the stage of pulling out. He might lose the general. But somehow I still keep my spear noble are still fighting. They're still taking down this cavalry, and this gives me perfect time and perfect angle for my archers to do work. Now my archers could have dropped the Roman legionaries much faster. Not the Romans, sorry, my bad. My apologies. My archers could have dropped these pikemen much faster, but like I said, Gaelic hunters are not a great unit. They're really trashy unit of archers, and then they were also being attacked by noble fighters, which is why I had to leave. And I got my oath wounds. So I pulled a couple of my units. See, more oath wounds, chosen swordsmen coming in to open this flank of battle. So this flank is going to be really interesting. Oh, we did kill his general. Unfortunately, we couldn't kill his companion cavalry. They have 2 chevrons, but we did end up killing his general, and his pikemen are down to 104 men. That's something. Over here, the archer battle continues. The pikemen, Rome has no answer to the pikemen. Those pikemen are racking kills. But finally, my archers have started firing at those pikemen. That's something. Look at this. Being a pikeman, trying to hold off the Roman wave. You can see at least 10 men deep lines of Romans, trying to hold them off. With your pikemen already thinning out ranks, and you're facing missile fire. See, the missile fire is still coming, getting your comrades out. That's just something glorious about these games. Now using the Triarii, they are making some headway. Now what they did also was something very wrong. They engaged in pike stacking, which is generally not allowed. Pike stacking is a big no-no. They're trying to break these pikemen as soon as possible. These guys are also down to 107 men. We have to do something and get them out of this battle as soon as possible. We form in a new line. The noble fighters are to make a quick work because not a lot of Romans left, and whoever are left are very tired or exhausted. So noble fighters will be winning this one unless the Praetorian, there's only 45 members in the Praetorian Guard and 95, okay. And together they might make almost a unit. Now over here, we are trying to open another flank. I send in these many units of infantry, take care of them. These pikemen, okay, finally, the fire ammo and the regular ammo are breaking these pikemen. That is something good. These archers are, I think, are out of ammo. No, they're not. They're still holding ammo. Now I send in, now that I see that Rome does not have a lot of units remaining, I keep my chosen swordsmen over here. I will be sending in my Celtic warriors, naked warriors, whatever they remain, how many of them remain, and a small unit of horsemen, the ones that were fighting the elephants. 8 kills, but all 8 of them elephants, so that's something. Yeah, my horsemen here are also fighting. At the same time, we're facing over here. My archer fire is coming on these pikemen, dropping them as quickly as possible, while the Oathsworn are throwing the javelins against these noble fighters. Now, noble fighters are tough cookies. Fighting them head on will be very difficult, which is why I'm using my javelin capabilities of both the Oathsworn units to get them out of this fight as soon as possible, in the same way I'm doing for my African fight, for the Carthaginian African pikemen. We're finally breaking the pikemen. Yeah, those are shattered. Those are shattered. Now the noble fighters trying to get one last huzzah before their doom, impending doom. But yeah, they're not going to stand a chance. These are Oathsworn. These are Oathsworn. The only thing worse than an Oathsworn unit is 2 Oathsworn units, and you're facing 2. Over here, fight is still raging on. The Praetorian guards are in. My Oathsworn, another fresh, not completely fresh, but yeah, a unit of Oathsworn is taking on the Samnite warriors. Samnite warriors are not going to last for a long time because, they're fighting the Oathsworn. On one side, there's some Praetorians that they're fighting over here. How cool is that? Kicking the shield and stabbing right there. The fight range is on. Oathsworn against Samnite warriors. Look at this battle. You can see your comrades dying. There's nothing you can do about it. There's some powerful Oathsworns. They're pushing you back, inch by inch, and killing you. By the way, the camera shifting is just the person whose POV I was showing you from is, I'm assuming, is dead, which is why it shifts on to the next person in the unit. These Oathsworn are relentless. Yeah, they're gonna make short work of them. Over here we have chosen swordsmen in the fight as well, 181 kills, and they're chasing after the noble fighters, not letting them escape. I'm gonna chase after them. Over here we have taken down the flank entirely, and I think we're going to make a push. I think this is all what Carthage had. This is all that Carthage had, and they're crumbling. We are being relentless over this side. The only avenue we could defend was, yeah, this street was a big battle. This was the only avenue we could defend. Over here, I think I mean, he could have sent in more units, but I don't think he had any more units remaining. So, yeah, the moment we put in second flank, he had to pull out pikemen, he had to pull out the noble fighter, pull out Cap and his general. I think so. Those 4 units not being part of the main fight made a lot of difference. And either way, even if he was going to win the main fight, these units would have entered the settlement and captured it regardless. So, yeah, they were over muscled, out muscled rather. Yeah, so it was a nice replay. Check the amount of kills, and this is my general unit, so not a much, but still they get a chevron. Heavy horse gets a chevron. My noble horseman gets 2 chevrons. The chevrons that you gain during the battle just shows that this unit performed exceptionally well. Now, Gallic hunters 88, they get 2 chevrons. 110, they do not get chevrons, so that just shows how important they were in the battle. Maybe this was the unit that killed the elephants, which is why they get chevron. Celtic warriors 208 kills, very clutch. 127 respectable, and they were still alive, so yeah, respectable. Chosen Soulman 242 kills. Naked warriors 101. I did not use my naked warriors effectively, I acknowledge that, but still I am really satisfied. I still had Oathsworn remaining, Chosen Swordsman remaining, half a unit of these, half a unit of this, my general, archer, another Oathsworn, and small band of these. So I don't think they stood a chance. The elephant got 417 kills, but I think roughly 100 of them were his own men after the elephants went berserk the first time. The pikemen did not do a lot of damage, which is what I'm fortunate for. The noble fighters could have racked up lots of kills. I mean, they could have, but again, he used them so late in the game and as a desperate measure, which is why we were able to zero in on them very quickly. That was something nice. Here, this is Gallic Rome. He was bringing lots of longsword cohort, Gaelic legionaries. So yeah, that is something. Balearic slingers, veteran Gallic legionaries, longsword cohort. So yeah, they were pretty decent, but again, if you're facing the might of Rome, yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. The sheer amount of eagle cohorts, legionary, Praetorian Guard. Yeah, you don't stand a chance against that. So yeah, that was the game. I hope you folks enjoyed it. See you around.